Today I would like to guide everyone into a self-massage practice, which I find it really helpful before going to any yoga pose or into the sitting meditation practice. Just a little bit to bring the blood flow back and everything for a little bit move well again. And also especially for those who have like the fingers, the arms, and up to the shoulder or the neck, and sometimes actually on the lower back a little bit to ache, and you feel tight restriction in that area. So sometimes it's a little bit pains on the hands and the fingers and the arms. This will help a lot too. So if you do a lot of work related using your hands, your arms, and your shoulder, I hope this one helpful for you. So what we are going to do, that you might need some kind of oil, just that your skin happy to go with. If you don't have anything, you just use like olive oil or coconut oil, it will be okay too. So, or any oil that you have at home. So let's start. Just use a couple of oils in the hands and just rubbing your hand. And we will go to a different areas in the hands that we work with before we go all the way up into the whole arms and up onto the shoulder. And then a little bit like you spiraling with each fingers. Start with the thumb. And you can do this one in any position. You can lie down on the bed as you do this. You don't have to sit up either. So 30 times in each fingers. Change the fingers. Change the fingers. Change the fingers. Maybe we do for 20 times. I think at 30 times the video will be very long. But if you enjoy, so there is no recipe in our practice. It means that if whatever movement, whatever way that you do, and you feel that your body enjoying it, your finger enjoying it, go a little bit longer if that's what you need. And the next one we're going, that we losing up the web, all of each between each fingers. So I bring it up so you can see it, but when you do that on your own, really find way to relaxing it. And go into there's a kind of like, the duck that got the web that between each of their toes. So we go into that area and we're losing up a little bit. And then change. That go into between your second and the third fingers. On the back of your hands, and then change into the between your middle fingers and your forefingers, all the way up to the wrist. And then we go into the between the forefingers and the middle fingers. And if you've got children who spend a lot of time on their screen or at school for working, or you got we do the same in the palms. And if you got like the elder at home, like if you taking care for your mom or your dad who getting old, and this kind of thing, it really help them to to relax the body also, as well as to have a little bit more energy into the hands and the arms, and reducing all of the aching in the body. And the reason why I say it because I've been through it with our mother, who 90 years old, and she really loved it when she was in hospital, and we do this together. So you go into the palms. Yeah, that's it. So the big thumbs in here, the whole areas in here, we got very big ligament, and the connective tissue go all the way up to connect all the way from here, and continuation going down to each fingertips. So sometimes we use the hand so much it become tense like that area. So you would like that area become open again. So I bring the hands up, but when you do that, relax a little bit. Kind of like you feel, you bring the palms together, like kind of like you feel all of tissue go toward each other and expand. And because of that, your finger open and close. So it's different with your closing and open your finger. But this one, you encourage the tissues in your palms in here. Have a little movement of come together and opening. Like, the octopus or the, forgot the name, in the ocean. Okay. Yeah, so going in, going out. 20 times in each hand, maybe. And then on the back of the hand, we do the same, gathering and expand, gathering and expand. Twenty times. And then you go into the wrist, this area. Gathering and expand. Really feel the tissue coming in. And your hand need the helping of the gathering and expansion. Back of the hand. Back of the wrist. The same. The next one, we go into each of the web of each of the finger, and we press straight in and we hold. So find way you relax. Like I just sit like this, you guys can see it, but pressing in, and you just breathe and releasing, really in and releasing. You might have to cut your fingernails before you do this. 5 times. 2 more. And then the other side, the other, between the middle fingers and 4 fingers. And between the little fingers and the 4 finger 5 times, pressing and releasing. And see what happened with both of your hands if you're measuring it. Mine are very different. Are you moving around? See what happened. Let's do. If you like it, you can go to the yoga pose, especially bearing weight on hand, and you will notice massive difference. Or you go cooking or picking thing up with both different hands, you will notice. Let's do the other hand. So we go in, and we easing up the tissue around each fingers. So we go all the way the space up between the thumbs and the second fingers, and then the space up between the second fingers and the third fingers, all the way down the space up between the third fingers and the 4 fingers, And then the space between the forefingers and the little fingers. And then do inside the palms the same. The other day when I do this one, I don't look at my hand, and it's so nice, which is like when you do this, you're so present with your hands, and suddenly you see the space between the fingers. Oh, my finger was in the between. Fantastic. So the purpose of do this one also to have us to be fully present with our body. So sometimes like we say, okay, let's do 20 times, 30 times. So basically to help you to focus on your body rather than thinking. And so the counting number, it might help, it might not. And then gathering, expansion. 10 times maybe. Five more. The back of the hand, gathering, expansion. In relating to the fingers. So sometimes I rest my hands on my lap. It helps. And you go into the wrist. And before that I didn't know, I thought, oh, my wrist is just here. No, actually the bone of the wrist are up really quite high up. And then in the back. Coming in and coming out. Coming in, going out. Brilliant. And then in the between the web. So straight in and release. So I use a second finger. 5 times. A lot of birds singing outside in the garden. Wonderful. And then we go into the spot, this area where you make a fist like that and you feel that area a little bit high, that spot. You go in and then toward the second finger. So sometimes I put my finger like this. Some people, they don't like that, they use a knuckle or the tip of the finger. Some people use with the flesh of the thumb. You use what it works with you. So I put my hand here for you to see it, but when I do it, I put it down. Yeah. And then the other side. And then the next one we are going to do, we go a little bit, maybe we need oil. But if you got ache and pain, sometimes like when I do that for the area where I have ache and pain, will be palm oil or different oils in here rather than it just oil for skin. It's something to keep it warm. So the way how to find its place, that you keep your hand fold like that, and here is out there, yeah, and you press it in, and relax your shoulder as you do this one. And you might find a little bit ache, and you might find it travel all the way up into the neck, and that's it, the place. So sometimes people like to do this one. They they do counterclockwise or uncounterclockwise. It's your choice, and sometimes you go in and you're folding the hand out, you're pressing that area 7 times, 8 times, and then you massaging it again. You will know that when you're pressing it at the right place, it's out. Yeah. And sometimes there's another technique where people are holding it for 15 seconds and then releasing. The blood is pressing and flowing back. Yeah. Wonderful. Another area is in here. Yeah. Ooh. When I fire it. And then in the middle. Yeah. Let's see what happens with both hands as you're moving. The different. Let's do the other side. Yeah, so folding. Show my muscle. Kidding. You're folding like that in this area. Yeah. And you can go up and down a couple of times. Yeah. Especially if you do a lot of computer work, or you do a handstand or headstanding, or just do normal thing like we make a lot of coffee and tea or something. This also really help to easing up the area of the arms and the shoulder, the tension on that area. Yeah, take your time, go into it. Wonderful. The next one that we're going is on the back here. So you're going up and on the way in the back here. Yeah, and you're pressing it in. And then you go into in the middle of your shoulder blade. So you cross your hand over and you will find that blade. Really go into that spot. And then another blade which is kind of like when you go around your collarbone and you're going up and you're going out, it actually have a name. And you go in, you kind of play the place where your collarbone and your shoulder blade, the spine of your shoulder blade go. You meet. It like it have a depression. Yeah. So I quite with that place I often bring my 2 fingers together. If I go a little bit much easier. And then you go to the back of the neck and go down a little bit. And then you go into the place where your pet coming up and meet. You know when you do a lot of push-up area. And when you do a lot of push-up and you can feel the ow the next day. That's the area. And then reverse. Nice. Let's do the other side. Oh, I feel so loose up in one area. Let's do this I forgot what we're doing actually. We can start just from the pad. Yeah. And then we walk our way down. Yeah. Reverse. The back of the neck a bit, back of shoulder. Reverse. And then the play where your shoulder joint, collarbone going out, shoulder, yeah, and then there's a joint here, the depression. Or when you do this one, relax your fingers, other fingers on the arms that you're working with. Yeah. And then the outer corner of your, middle outer corner of your shoulder blade. And then in the middle of the hand, the arm, the elbow, middle of the elbow. The outside bit. Yeah. Wonderful. And if you feel ready, it's enough, then you just stop there. Or if you would like to go a little bit more, we go a little bit more detail for the lower arms and then upper arm. But you don't have to do the whole sequence in one go if you don't have enough time in the morning. This one is quite nice to do before bed also. And then rubbing in your lower arms, front and back of your lower arm. When you feel you're ready, very simple, it's just pressing from your wrist all the way up. So between, and breathe. Between, so in your lower arm you got 2 bones. So at the moment what we are doing, that we're just pressing. And we're losing up the space that between that 2 bones. There is I can do without video, but when I do video I have to find a way that I have you to see it. And then go on the back. So the position of the arms, you will find very different at your pressing, because when your arm turning, so when the arm turning with the palm facing down, you might find very difficult to find that space. It's not straight line. But when your palm facing up, you might find a little bit much easier. Yeah, because the bone is spiral. So the pressing up 5 times, outside and inside, outside and inside. And then the second one that we just stroking, so gently from the wrist all the way back toward your elbow, and you do on the back the same. Time. And then the next one that we go from the elbows, we go down, and you go spiral. And we do that for 5 times. So from the elbow, go all the way down. Two more. And then from the inside, elbow, on the way down, just spiral. Two more. And And then the next one that we are going to do, that we just massage the muscles. Yeah. 5 times. And we reverse on the inside. The next one that we go into the upper arms. I will put the oil straight on to the upper arm. So from here, what we are going to do, that we do pressing from the upper arm down to the elbow. 5 times. One more. And then from the inside. And then you press and you stroke. So you use your 4 fingers and the thumb. And then from the inside. I think later on we have a very long arm. Yeah. And then just a little, give a little bit love, caring for your upper arm. And a little bit tapping. We just measure your arms again. See what happened. This is my arm. Side. So put oil straight into my lower arm. And then from the thumb, we're pressing. From the wrist, we're pressing. We use the thumbs all the way up onto our elbow. Some people find nice when they do this one with a little bit music. I like to just really focus on feel what's going on, what happened. As I'm pressing, sometimes you can feel the flow with the woof up. It's really nice. Yeah. Kind of like there is somewhere it's stuck and then it just free flow again. One more time. And then inside. So from your wrist. Press and release. Last one. And then the second one, you're stroking with your thumb all the way going down. From the wrist, from the elbows on the way down to the wrist. You find the space between the 2 bones of the lower arm. One more. And then inside. Stroking it down. 2 more. And then we from the elbow going down to the wrist, that spiral. Three more times. And then inside. I find a lot of my the aching on my neck, including my spine and the back of the skull, so it's relating a lot into the arms and the fingers. So any day if I use the phone and text a little bit more, I really feel it. Yeah. The next one that we just pressing onto the muscle. Yeah. Three more times. Last one. And then we work with the upper arms. So from the elbows, you all the way go up. Into the upper arm. Elbow going up. Two more times. And then we go on the back. If we like it, we can spiral, you know. And then we spiral down. Inwardly. And then we're stroking it down. Two more times. And then in. And then we're just squeezing. And a little bit tapping. I hope your arms and your shoulder and your neck feel a little bit much better. Thank you, and see you in the next one.